afternoon, everyone. My name is Denjing Tamang. I'm from Mechanical Department for Robotics Club, and today I'm here to present a presentation about the cloud seeding. What is cloud seeding? According to Wikipedia, cloud seeding is a form of weather modification. A way of changing it means cloud seeding means there is a seed of cloud which generates the cloud. That's simple. That's the definition defined by Wikipedia. Yes. About types of cloud, there are high cloud, mid cloud, low cloud, and as my topic is cloud seeding, today I'm gonna talk about how cloud seeding is done. Cloud seeding. First of all, in our atmosphere, there is some amount of water molecules in our atmosphere, and the rain is formed due to the attachment of water drops into the transformation of water drops into the cloud drops. For the water drops, it needs at least 1 micrometer particles, right? And that's how the rain is made. And for the cloud seeding, we use the chemicals. And we spread it into the atmosphere, which attracts the water drops and make it into the clouds, right? The things we use for the cloud seeding are the hygroscopic material. They are silver iodide, potassium iodide, dry ice, liquid propane. They are used for the preparation of cloud. Right? How it is done? Cloud seeding for the process of cloud seeding. The aircraft carries the AGI, that is silver iodide, and spread out into the atmosphere. Into the atmosphere, which results the release of latent heat from the water drops as it is attracted towards the silver iodide, and it due to the production of latent heat, it rises upward. And then we again use the aircraft to spread out from the upper side of the cloud and make a cloud. Right? That's how the cloud is made with the above chemicals. Right? And there are two types of cloud. They are aerial cloud seeding and ground-based cloud seeding. Aerial cloud seeding means we use the aircraft for the cloud seeding, and ground-based cloud seeding is the type of cloud seeding in which we do not use the aircraft, but instead we launch the bullets of silver iodide into the atmosphere, which results the formation of cloud. Right? These are the chemicals used in cloud seeding. Pioneer cloud seeding. Cloud seeding. Louis Gatman stated that dry ice can be used to form a cloud. Vincent Shapiro and Irving Langmuir did the experiment with the help of dry ice. Dr. Bonnegood did the experiment with the help of silver iodide, and Noriko Fukuta and Dragan Filosovic used the liquid propane for the formation of cloud. Famous events related to cloud seeding. That is Project Cumulus, which is also called operation which doctor in UK around 1952 there was a Linmouth disaster in which the whole city was flooded away, and it was the result. The reason behind this disaster was unknown until 2002. The reason behind this was the cloud city. This was the during that period. The U.S. government, Royal Army did the Royal Aircraft Army did the experiment using the dry ice, because at that time there wasn't any other medium, like it wasn't discovered silver iron, right? It was a case of 1952, and there was a huge rainfall in Linmouth, which caused the flood in the Linmouth. And Operation Popeye, it was during the Vietnam War, U.S. Vietnam War. U.S. government, U.S. military army did this experiment to swipe away the flood away the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which was the trail used by the Vietnamese soldier for the transportation of equipment. After the end of Vietnam War, there was an agreement. There was an agreement in which it stated that cloud seeding won't be used for further as a in war. Right? And in Beijing Olympic 2008, during the Beijing Olympic 2008, before the Beijing Olympic 2008, cloud seeding was done so that there won't be rainfall during the whole event of Beijing Olympic 2008, and it didn't rain. Right? And on the latest recent event is 2015 Southeast Asian Games. It is an event in which the age was it was a world summit event in which the southeastern part of Asia, like Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Cambodia, South Thailand, and Philippines, were filled by the age. And to get rid of this age, Indonesian government used the cloud seeding to make the rainfall. And another is Russian government also spent 1 million sterling pound on 2016 May 1st, which is now May 1st means Labor Day, for the parade in the sunshine. And Maharashtra also spent 4.5 million. Some state, the droughted state of USA like California also used this cloud seeding to make rainfall. Pros and cons. The pros of this cloud seeding is to make a rainfall. It's simple. And another is to avoid rainfall, as in Beijing Olympic. As in Beijing Olympic 2008, it was used to avoid the rainfall. And another one is health operation to reduce the damage to crops and urban areas. We can use this cloud seeding with the cloud seeding to suppress the hail also. Yes. And cons are dry ice and liquid propane may lead to suffocation. As we know, dry ice is a CO2, solid form of CO2, and if there is a presence of the dry ice, there won't be sufficient O2, which may lead us to the suffocation. And chronic ingestion of iodine may produce iodine, which means we may be. But there is a report which said that the ingestion of silver iodine don't do any is not hazardous to our health. There is done. There are 7 cloud seeding operations with extensive exposure to silver iodine knew of no person who had experienced any ill effect due to the silver iodide, right? Despite the fact that their hands may remain alert for weeks, right? And these are the references I used for this cloud seeding. And thank you.